Okay, now I want to discuss a game between Flohr and Pitschak, played in Berlin in 1930. The opening is a ECO code A47, which is a Tory London or Collie system. And I really want to get towards the end of the game because I think a good theme of this game is how to attack the king's pawn shield using pieces. That occurs towards the end of the game, but let me just quickly go over the opening moves. White plays d4, black plays knight to f6, so black stopping pawn the e4. White plays f3, which is consistent with a Collie system. And then black plays e6. I'm not playing d4. Black's idea is actually to play the bishop to here, well, as we'll see later on. So it doesn't want to play d5 right away, blocking that diagonal. And then white plays its third move, knight on b to d2, consistent with the Collie. So white plans on playing moves like e3 and bishop d3, and castling, and then eventually push the pawn to e4. Black now plays its third move, c5, basically contesting the center, attacking this center pawn with a flank pawn. And white will will defend that pawn by playing e3. Black now plays a b6. Once again, like I said, preparing to play the bishop to b7, where we'll have influence along this nice long diagonal, because black probably anticipates that white will castle kingside, and therefore will have that bishop bearing down on that diagonal towards the king. White plays bishop to d3, a move consistent with the Collie. Now black plays bishop to d7. White castles, and black plays bishop to e7. Doesn't really want to play the bishop to here, where it will interfere with the pawn, even though it's probably a preferred square. That way both bishops can be looking down towards the king. White plays c4. It's the real purpose here is to help try to control the square d5, but more consistent would have been playing the pawn to c3 for the Collie system. Black castles, and now white plays pawn to b3, where obviously now white has the same ideas to play the bishop here, where now its bishop will look along the diagonal. And black plays d5. What this does, two things. It's helping to control the center, but it's also preventing white from playing the move e4, because now black has three attackers to the e4 square, and white only has two currently. So now white plays queen to c2, adding another attacker to the e4 square, hopefully trying to get the push in. You can always plan on playing the rook over, or will help support maybe the e4 push. But now black is now the game's going to swing over to black's favor with the move, or starting with the move knight to c6, because now the threat is that black will play the move here, where it will attack the bishop and the queen, and then basically if black can get rid of this bishop, then black has deprived white of a very strong attacking piece, the white bishop. Just to let you know that also white cannot play the move e4 now because of this. Or let's say if white tried to play e4, which it did not play in this move, just backing up, so white just to, white played this move so it would prevent the knight from coming in. The reason is if white tries to play e4 right away, this is what we get. The knight comes in, the queen comes to c3 or to b1, because it's just going to take the bishop anyways. The queen takes, and then black takes, and now black's going to win a piece. So instead, white plays a3 to prevent the knight from coming in. And now black plays c takes d4. And it would be a mistake to play take back with the pawn, because black would just capture, and then the queen has to retake because this pawn is attacked twice. White could not recapture the pawn, and then the rook comes to c8, and it's very annoying for white. So so maybe moving back to this, so black just played this move. What white actually plays is it takes on d5, and now the queen retakes. I'm sort of skipping over some subtleties in these captures because I want to try to get to the end where black attacks. And now, so the queen just retake, and now white takes back. And white's idea is to sort of open up the center, hopefully getting some counterplay. And now black takes back. And notice that white cannot retake, or else, or can't take the knight because of the threat made on g2. Now white's queen is under attack, so we'll go to b1. And now black will play rook to d8, basically threatening to win this bishop, because if knight takes, the queen can take the bishop. And it's hard to find a good move for white to play in this this move right here, but it seems like the most playable move is knight d1, where it protects g2 and the bishop. But now the queen comes to h5. This is almost where I really want to start this lecture, even though I only have a couple minutes left. I'll have to continue on a different video. But what we see here is that white has this pawn shield. It doesn't really have any pieces protecting it. It would like to maybe put a knight right here. But if it did that, then if white put a knight here, then these two pieces here could just snap off the knights and ruin the pawn shield, and that would probably be it. Then black can invade the king position. So there's no real good defender for defending the king side for white, except for the pawn shield. And what we notice here is that for black, we have this bishop already bearing down. And here's the real threat of when you look at this, is that black now threatens to play the bishop to d6 will bear down, and also play the knight in, where it can attack here, or actually the pawn on f2 if necessary. So maybe this is why I call this lecture of attacking the pawn shield with pieces, because this is what's going to really happen. And I guess the philosophy is, if you're black and you're attacking white, you want to force white to move one of the pawns. We've seen this in previous videos, to where white makes this move, weakening the pawn shield, and then white or black is able to basically smash into the position because it gives that opponent a target. That's exactly what black is going to do. So well, maybe I have this set up now, but it is white's move, and it's white's 15th move, and it's once again, it's hard to find a good move for white. What is white to do? I've sort of covered this. It can't really find a good move. White actually does play bishop to b2, trying to develop a piece and also put a piece attacking towards the king side, maybe hoping to snap off a knight or something like that. I don't know what other moves to really consider. Possibly in this position, maybe the knight to c4, preventing black from playing the bishop to d6 is good. I don't know. No real good moves for white personally. Or hard to find a good move. And what I'm going to do is actually continue this on the next video.